Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Subi Vet. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about anti-lock brake system codes. So I know I haven't uploaded in a while. The reason for that, so I've had a little bit of stuff that's been done to this thing lately. Recently I had a clutch installed on it. If you guys are curious, it was a McLeod RXT twin disc clutch. So currently I'm still working on the break-in period. Once I get that done, if you guys are interested, I'm going to probably upload a review on that clutch. But anyway, so once we got the car back from the clutch install, there was a few maintenance things we had to do to the car. Once we got it back out of the garage, I started getting these messages on the dash, which are actually pretty common on these cars. One said service active handling system, one said service traction system, the other one said service ABS. I've owned the car for a little over 6 years, and in that time I've had the error message come up maybe 2 or 3 times, which has been kind of a fluke. I would get it, I would turn the car off, back on, and it wouldn't come back on again. Kind of a few flukes that have happened over the years, but nothing of concern. This time, every time I would start the car and drive off, I would get it every single drive, just like clockwork. I would start the car up. As soon as I start to move the car, it would automatically come up. So I was like, okay, I've got a common problem now. It's consistent enough to where I got to look at this. It's not going to clear itself up. So I did a little bit of research. What I came up with was a few simple solutions that I figured I would try first, which is always what you need to do. So the car had been in the garage for about a week as we were doing some stuff. So one of the symptoms that can cause those messages is low voltage. So what we did, I tested the battery. It showed good. I went ahead and threw it on a tender for a few days to let the battery build up. That way it was 100%. I took the car for a drive. The message came back on. So that wasn't it. I also completely disconnected the battery and let it set for a period of time just to get any residual voltage out of the system. So that way it's got a good reset. We hooked it back up, took it for a drive, and this message still came back on. So now we're looking at issues that might be a little more hard to find. So what I did, I went around the car and I started looking at grounds, because a loose ground can cause all kind of electrical issues with these things. So there's one under the battery. I checked it with a bore scope. That one was good. A couple in the engine bay. Those were good. Worked my way to the back of the car. Checked the grounds that I could see. Those were tight. There was a couple more. I'm not for sure what those were at, but I didn't end up checking those. I went ahead and moved on, because what it was is it was every time I would move the car. So I was figuring it's got to be something associated with the wheels. So if you guys don't know, anti-lock brake system codes will not show up on your regular check engine. So if I put an OBD2 scanner on it, most of the time, especially the cheaper ones, they don't read those types of codes, and I didn't have that kind of scanner. And if you price them, they're $200 or $300. So I didn't really want to spend that kind of money for something that I'm not going to use frequent enough. So what I ended up doing was taking it to AutoZone, and they do free system checks, free check engine light codes, as well as ABS codes and transmission codes. Their systems can check that. So drove it down there, had them plug it in. And actually the thing I had done ended up being the fix. So the code didn't come back on, but it was still active in the system. The software they had still was able to pull it. So they put it on. I had 5 or 6 check engine light codes. That's from the headers, and just having the no cats. The other 2 codes were the anti-lock brake system codes. I'm going to put them up here on the screen, but I believe they were C0050-0F and then C0050-00. And what those 2 codes were for was the right rear wheel speed sensor. So that really helped narrow it down. So if you guys have an issue like this, I would take it to AutoZone. If you can't figure it out, they have free tests that can check, and they'll even give you a printed out sheet. I'm sure other auto parts stores do it as well. So basically got the 2 codes. I was like, okay, it's on the back. So when I was doing a little research, I went ahead. That's the reason I have it up on ramps here. I'm going to show you guys on video of where it's at. But what it turned out to be for me was you have 2 connections for the right rear wheel speed sensor. And I'm guessing when I took the clutch out, they didn't have, the connections weren't seated tight. So all I did was disconnect those 2 connections on the speed sensor and connected them back together. And I've had it for a couple weeks and it hasn't come back on. So that's all it was for me. So mine was a simple fix. There's plenty of other reasons that these codes can come on. I'll put them on the screen, all the issues that I found, but they can be low voltage, It can be loose ground, wheel speed hub, wheel speed sensor. I mean, they have a long list. I mean, there's a lot of things electrical that can cause these codes to get set off. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what's under the car, and I'll point those out for you real quick. All right, so now that we're under the car, this right here is the right rear tire. So the wheel speed sensor is going to be right there. You can't really see with the hub, but that's where the connection is. It's on the inside of the rotor. Trying to get to focus. So all I did was disconnect that right there and reconnect it, and I did the same thing on the driver's side, the left rear tire. So if you can see where that's at, you have all those cables going, you got the shock right there. And then also, I'll reposition here. You also have a cable that I believe that goes to the shock absorber. This right here is the rear ground I was telling you about. So you guys can check that as well. You can also check the one on the driver's side. And that's where that one is. It's hard to see. I don't think there's enough room to reach it from outside the car. I think you do have to crawl in the car to get to it. But as long as you have a set of ramps, which most people do, you should be able to just back it up and check it. You might be able to fish your arm up under there without doing on ramps. This right here is the one on the driver's side. You can see the ground right there too. But yeah, you can check those. I haven't had to take it completely off to clean it. Some people do, but you're able to. That's the simple thing to fix, or check. So I would just take it to a parts store, figure out where the code. Usually that helps narrow it down. But yeah, that's all it was for me. All I did was take it loose and reconnect it. I didn't even have to clean it. It just wasn't seated right on the connections, I guess. So, but yeah, that's going to do it. I hope you guys like the video. Please like, subscribe, and you guys let me know about any future content you'd like to see. And I'll see y'all next time. Appreciate it.